Decisions are made quickly, especially nowadays with phones and social media and shorter attention spans. People make up their mind on stuff really quick. Even yourself, subconsciously, when you make judgments or decisions, they happen rather fast. And it's no different for people. Everybody knows the saying, don't judge a book by its cover. But it's very interesting because even though that's a popular saying, I think we can all agree that people say that so much because everybody judges books by their covers. If they didn't, people wouldn't spend thousands of dollars when they're, writing books on publishers that optimize the designs of the covers of the books. It's just something about society. It's a complex and an endeavor of human society that we have to deal with. And when people meet you for the first time, they're going to pick up on a lot of your subconscious cues. A lot of things about you are going to be noticed subconsciously by that person before you even get the chance to maybe say more than a couple of words. Is that fair? Maybe not, but it is the reality that we live in. And what do? We don't complain about the situations that we're in. We figure out how to optimize them and to win. That's what we do. And if you guys are anything like I am, you notice the way people view you. When you walk into a room, if you have a commanding presence, people notice you. When people talk about aura, that's what they're talking about. But the good news is, and what I'm going to break down in this video, is that aura is not some, fake thing. It's not some fairy tale. It's not something that you can't control either. The people that have aura have it because they have a certain set of skills. Whether subconsciously or consciously, some people are gifted and they're just naturally charismatic. They're naturally maybe taller. They have a decent physique without working on it too hard. But the good news is that everything that gives you more aura, everything that gives you more presence in the world, everything that people judge you on are things that you have control of. Every single thing that is relevant. So if you've ever walked into a room or maybe met somebody for the first time and they didn't quite, it's almost like they're not listening to what you're saying. If you know that feeling, it's because you're just lacking a certain set of skills. And the reason I'm qualified to tell you guys about that is because I wasn't born with all the skills. It took me years of reading books, listening to mentors, testing things, doing things, making decisions that were uncomfortable in the moment. It took years and years and years, and I'm still learning even. But I'm at a level now where I never thought I'd be able to even get to this level where I am with so much work. And I want to break down the things that you guys can change quickly with low effort, things that you can just kind of internalize and add to your daily habits to get you right back in the game. So when you walk into a room, people listen to what you got to say, man. Because as a man, it's important. Because the things you have to say are usually beneficial. You understand? We're problem solvers. If you're anything like me, you want to help people out. You want people to have better lives. You want people to have a smile on their face when you walk in the room. And that is all under your control. The reason people are so judgmental and judge you so quickly within the first 5 seconds of meeting them is very simple. It's actually a survival mechanism, and it's deep rooted into our biology. There's nothing we could do to change that. Listen, you have to understand, if you go back, 1,000, 1,500 years ago, and you met somebody you've never seen before, you lived in a community where you knew perhaps everybody, if not almost everybody in your community. So the first time you met somebody, you didn't know if they were hostile. You didn't know if their goal was to, take something from the people in your community. You didn't know if their goal was to beg you for something. You had no idea. This is before, obviously, social media, TV, where most people went 30 years in life and probably didn't meet more than 500 people. You see 500 people within a week. You see 500 fresh people within a day sometimes. So deep rooted within us, when somebody walks up to you, you analyze every single little thing that your subconscious can pick up on. And it's not just the physical things, it's the spiritual things as well. It's the things that the words don't say. You pick up on their body language, you pick up on their tonality, you pick up on the way their hair is, you pick up on how clean their clothes are, you pick up on jewelry they might have on. I could literally sit here and list for 30 seconds, a minute. I could sit here and just rattle off shit that people notice right away. And if you guys are having a hard time believing, if you're stuck in the belief that, if I don't have money, if I'm not tall, people aren't going to listen to me, that's absolutely bullshit. And what I want you to do is grab a piece of paper and I want you to think of all the things that people notice you on as soon as you meet them. Chances are you can list, if you gave yourself 5 minutes, you could pick out 100 different things that you have control of. Sure, you could put height in there. People do notice tall people more. You can't change that necessarily. But don't focus on that. Don't focus on something you can't change. Focus on the countless things that you can change. And I'm going to get into the most important ones right now for you guys. And I'm going to start with the most important one, or the one that I think is going to bring you guys the most benefit. Because let's say somebody watching this video gets busy, they only get through the first one. I want them to have the impact. So I'm going to start very concisely. Number one, the number one thing that you can do to fix the presence that you have in this world is change your body language. Your body language conveys almost 95% of your communication with people. And every time you meet somebody else, you're in communication. You're communicating. You are subconsciously communicating with humans at all times. And your body language is the majority of that. So for example, if you walk up to maybe a girl that you think is attractive for the first time, you could articulate the perfect things. You could say the right things. You could be one of the smartest people in the world. This is why the smartest people in the world don't have the hottest women and all the money, by the way, because it's not intelligence alone. It's not the ability to break down the logic and the patterns to put yourself in the best position intelligence-wise. That's not what the world's about. Because you could say the perfect things. If your body language isn't there, if your shoulders are rounded, you're going to come off as unconfident, almost like you don't want to be heard because you don't trust yourself. You don't have that inner trust. And this bleeds into all aspects of life. So if you've ever felt like, damn, you know, maybe you got a job and you're not getting the promotion you think you should be getting. Maybe, you know, you go to the gym to play basketball and like people ain't picking you up even though you're a good hooper. You know, I could never relate to that because I'm a great hooper. No, I'm okay. I love basketball. That's why I bring that up. I just played some basketball. But back to the point is, it almost gives you a feeling of irrelevance or invisibility. And the big issue with that is that compounds. You feel invisible once. You walk up to a girl you think is attractive. You didn't stutter one time. You said exactly what you thought was perfect. Maybe the way you said your words was smooth, and she just was not feeling you at all. You're going to be like, damn, am I ugly, man? Is it over for me? You hear that? Is it over for me? The black pill, clavicular, is it over for me? No, it's not over for you. Because there's so many things that you're doing wrong that you don't even know that you got to fix, man. Why do you think attractive people, you know, look so confident on camera? Why do you think that these people who already look very good, the black pill, you know, clavicular, people like that, why do you think that they get these women? It's not because they look good. That's a focal part in the introduction. But when you get a girl's number, it's not just, hey, do you think I'm attractive? Okay, good. Take my phone number. It's never that. You will never get a meaningful interaction that's like that ever. If you've never, like, a lot of you guys who talk to girls or cold approach, do shit like that, you know, that's not how it works. But if you're a guy and you haven't done it, I promise you, that's not how the shit works, man. You got to talk to him. You have to build more of a deeper connection. And how are you going to talk to him and build a deeper connection? How are you going to know deep in your soul, you know, like, how are you going to be able to listen to what she's saying and really extrapolate what she's saying to really feel her, to really understand and have a good interaction? If you're not confident, if your shoulders are rounded, you're going to be thinking about that. It's going to be all in your mind. So you have to get good. And you have to understand that the body language you have is so important, because that conveys your confidence. And you're going to be able to do everything 10 times easier if you're truly confident, which will reflect in your body language. So I trace it back to the point, why do the people who are conventionally attractive, you know what I'm saying? Why do these people get all these girls? What is it, man? It's because of the validation they get for their looks. It increases their confidence, which gives them the traits necessary to at least have the mask of being confident. It's almost like a cheat code or a shortcut. Now, what did I say earlier? We don't complain that people have these cheat codes. We capitalize. We capitalize. And to prove this further, to prove this point once and for all, to get it through your head, to break this negative belief that you guys have, that it's not in your control, because it absolutely is. How many times have you seen a dime? How many times have you seen a 10 out of 10 girl? Whether it's at your job, maybe it's at the gym, very attractive young lady. How many times have you seen a girl like that and she's with a dude that's mid, 5, 6, regular looking guy? How many times? Countless times you've seen that. That shit happens all the time. Why does that happen? It's because when you build up all these other traits, when you maximize everything that you possibly can, when your body language is confident, when you have a deep feeling in your soul that you trust yourself to get this girl's number, to be able to take her on a date, to show her a good time, you trust yourself to do that? Yeah, you're going to score above your league sometimes, man, because that's how it goes. Because half the dudes that you think have it all who walk around, personally me, I'm over 6 feet tall. I have a great physique. I'm over 200 pounds. I'm very blessed when it comes to a lot of these traits, and I'm thankful for that. But if I wasn't, I would do the same shit I already do. I would maximize everything else I have. So maximize what you're able to. Fix your body language first and foremost. And number two, this is something that I realized changed my entire life. Like, there were a lot of moments when I was younger where I did think it was over for me. I'm like, damn, I would have relationships with people or I'd be trying to get to know people, and I feel like they already tuned me out. They already wrote me off. You know what I'm saying? And it was because those judgments they made are so strong right away, right off rip meeting me. It was like, it's hard to overcome that. The best way to overcome that is to not dig that hole for yourself in the first place. And that's the truth. But number two is honesty. Now, what do you mean honesty? It's not like you lie to somebody within the first, 5 seconds of meeting them. What does that mean? And how the hell is honesty going to make me look more confident, make people going to see me in a better way? You have to understand, honesty is something that only you know. If you could lie 50 times a day. And if you're good at it, nobody's going to find out. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to know. Nobody's going to treat you any different because they think you're telling the truth. Maybe they'll treat you better. Maybe you lie. Maybe you tell them you have this amount of money or this or that, and then they see you in a different way. But that's going to kill you in the long run. It's going to kill you in the long run. And here's why. Because honesty bleeds into how you talk to yourself. If you lie to other people, you have no problem lying to yourself. And if you lie to yourself, you break your own trust. And if you break your own trust, then how the hell can you convince yourself that a risky, going to talk to that girl at the gym, how can you convince yourself that that's going to go well for you? How can you convince yourself that you even deserve to do that? Because you're a liar in your own mind. You have to be honest. So the way you become truthful to yourself is if you say, hey, I'm going to wake up tomorrow before work and I'm going to hit the gym at 5 a.m. And you tell yourself that and you set the alarm. When you hit snooze, all you do is confirm that your goals don't matter. You confirm that your goals are irrelevant. Whatever life that you want to have is less important than sleeping in the bed that you're sleeping in right now. And I'll just tell myself again tomorrow and it'll be okay because I'll get the dopamine hit. You have to be honest with yourself. And I struggle to be honest with myself. I was honest with myself when I started to make this video. When I hit record, I did not want to start making this video. I wanted to, instead of driving home, talking to the camera, I wanted to listen to music, relax. I got some work I got to do. But no, I was honest with myself. I said, I'm going to make this video, so I'm damn sure going to make sure it's out, and it's going to be posted today. February fucking 7th, 2026 is the day this is going to be posted. Some of you guys might even be watching it today. And the reason I do that is because I'm able to help you guys. I have information that can influence and help your guys' life, maybe change your life for the better in drastic ways if you watch enough of my content. You understand? I'm going to break your negative beliefs and bring you to the place that you need to be if you want to have success in the world. That is my whole goal. And the opportunity that I have to be able to do that today, before I go to bed tonight, I helped another man get a little bit better in his life. Fucking 15 minutes into this video, 14 minutes into this video, however long we're in. That's what drives me. That's my goal, and that's what's important to me. I'm honest with myself. So if I say, boom, I want to go talk to this girl at the gym, or I want to go talk to this girl at wherever I'm at, I trust myself. I say, man, if I go up to this girl, man, it's a blessing for me, but it's a blessing for her too, because I'm a great guy and I'm an honest guy. And I could show her a good time. I could take her on a fun day. We could have a good time together because I trust myself to do things the right way and not half-assed things. And number three, this is something you guys need to understand to really apply the first two, to really implement the first two. You guys need to understand this. And it's that 90% of people, 95% of people, everybody damn near with a selection of, with the exception of 20 people you'll ever meet in your life. Are they really that important? Excluding family. When you die, are you really going to have 20 people standing around your bed? 25, 30 maybe? Are they really that important? No. So why are you putting the weight of the world on your shoulders when you go up and when you meet somebody for the first time? Who gives a fuck what they think about you? It doesn't matter. Does it really matter? How many people are going to speak at your funeral? How many people are going to say some nice words about you at your funeral? Because you're going to die someday anyways. So why are you living like it's not going to happen? Why are you living like you're going to live forever? You got plenty of time because you don't. You have today. You have the present moment. You will never live outside of the present moment as long as you are here on earth, ever, 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 ever. And if you can, I'll cash app you $200,000 if you can find a way to do that, okay? It's not going to happen. So when you live in the present moment like there's not going to be a present moment someday. And guess what? If you're too in your head and you're too much of a pussy to actually have the confidence to be yourself and to have the frame that the person you're meeting is lucky to even meet you, you know, people like confident people. People are attracted to confident people. So maybe there's a girl that you walk up to and you haven't worked on your confidence yet. You haven't worked on the traits yet. And you're all shaky when you talk to her. It doesn't go anywhere. That if you would have been confident, if you would have walked up to her, if you would have studied like you should have, if you would have understood the world like you should have, if you would have watched all my YouTube videos, you know what I'm saying? Then that girl could have been your wife someday. She would have been speaking at your funeral, but you fucking blew it, man. You blew it because you didn't put the time in. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean that to judge you guys because I do the same thing. I only say that like a coach. Like a coach is harsh on you. When you miss a shot, man, it's not like, oh, try again next time. That was a bad shot. Don't do that again. Here's how we're going to do it next time. Because he cares about you, and I care about you guys too. I want you guys to excel and succeed in life, you understand? And if you apply that and you understand, you break the negative beliefs, if you have to, go back and rewind. If you have to go back and listen to me say it time and time and time again, write it down, internalize it, do something. Understand that everything that happens in your life is 100% in your control. 100%, and you can change all of the factors. Every factor and part of life is under your discretion. So do not make excuses. Get out in the world. Go make a difference. Go make your voice heard. You understand? Go talk with some confidence. You know what I'm saying? Go lift your chin up and talk to people like you mean it, man. People are going to see you different. You're going to see different opportunities in life. Thank you for watching. If you guys got anything else you want to tell me, any questions you have for me, drop them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer. You guys have a blessed rest of your day. Please go apply this knowledge. Do not let it go to waste. Check out some of my other content. Give me a subscription if you think this is valuable for you. And if you have any recommendations, let me know. Thank you, guys. God bless.